Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Men who are prey to women. Prey, which means the women are chasing them. Now I know a lot of guys ain't familiar with that. They don't have any experience with it. That don't mean it doesn't happen. Like many men, especially younger men, can be prey to women, particularly older women. Understand something with women. When they really want a guy, they can be a little bit more aggressive. Now, it's usually passive aggressive, like putting themselves in a men's path and stuff. But depending on the age, they can be very direct. Like an example that there's not enough discussion about are these older women going for these teenage boys. There's not enough discussion about it. Now, yeah, people will say, yeah, it's wrong. Yeah, they are controlling them or whatever. But these guys are still prey for them, you know? Then you got that phenomenon of cougars and MILFs just going for younger guys, you know? And that's one of those situations, I could talk about a lot. I've lost count of when I was younger, how many women at least 10 years older than me that I got with. And they were very when I look at every single one of them, I ain't had to chase any of them. I ain't had to chase. All I had to do is decide what I wanted to do with them. They either made it blatant, they did something aggressive, but you got some women who are like that. They are like that. And they just chasing for one reason. Let's just be real. People say, it's control. They want to control him. No, they want some D. They want some D from a young guy who they feel like who can keep his shit up. Who can keep his shit up and got that youthful vitality, you know? They the PYTs, pretty young things, to the women. Shout out Cousin T-Talk, he'll talk about that. You know, they looking for that energy. They want that guy who can keep up. See, contrary to popular belief with older women, yeah, they might not have the same looks they did when they was young, but their energy goes through the roof. Their sex drives actually increase. Now, I know a lot of guys don't think that's the case, but let's just be real. Those guys don't have experience with those women. They don't have experience. And that's a major issue. I've talked about that the other week. That's a major issue. A lot of guys don't have that experience. But some other guys, they can say, yeah, this older woman did this or that. And let's just be real with it. Younger women can be chasing like that too, depending on the guy. Now, some guys will say, well, it's Chad and Tyrone or something they chase. Okay, principle's correct. I'm serious, the principle is correct. See, understand something. A lot of guys have never seen a fully aroused woman and how she acts. She loses all decorum. She gets more aggressive. She's going to do something. She might even just tell them straight up, you know? And that's regardless of age. That's regardless of age. You know, they might be aggressive. I got some stories behind that. You know, they might just say, hey, you know, tell you straight up they want to back that thing up. Or, you know, I remember when I was young, you know, this one woman, she was actually younger than me. She was like, Rom, I want to take your pants down. Okay. She took them down too. But look, that's just the thing though. That's just the thing. Understand something. When women are turned on sexually, they will tend to leave this bullshit alone. They tend to leave the decorum alone, all the masks that they have to put on. Oh, that's the women that dip into the shadow world, because that's where a woman's sexual nature is fully shown. That's where they will tend to be more aggressive. In fact, not even tend, they will be. That's the whole point. But then if you see that same woman in public spaces or something, you may not see it. In fact, and if you non-select, you ain't gonna ever see it. You ain't gonna ever see it. But the women, they will be very aggressive about it. You don't have to convince them. They would probably get on your nerves. And I've known plenty of men, I've experienced it, and I've known plenty of men who've been in that same position. Seriously, it's like, shoot, They the ones who might be in the office have to be like, me too. That's how deep it is. That's how deep it is. And look, let me just be clear. The main things that they using to get the woman is physicality. Is going to be their looks. Is going to be their body build. It's going to be their presentation. They turning the women on. Like a lot of guys, I'm gonna look, here's the reality. Many men, unfortunately, don't understand a woman's sexual nature. They don't see, they really don't, because they're not having sex. They haven't seen what it's really like for a woman to really be turned on. Because, you know, women ain't gonna walk down the street like all horny and all of that. They ain't gonna walk down the street and stuff. Or they ain't gonna have a woman like who lives in their building knock on their door 11 o'clock on Saturday night to get some. They ain't gonna have that. The woman making a booty call and everything. They're not gonna have that. They're not gonna see it. They're not gonna understand that. You know? Banging on their door or coming home with them right away. Or shoot, even being at a club with some women or a party or something, and then they go out back or something and do something. They ain't gonna have that. They don't understand that. And they ain't gonna see how aggressive women are when they are fully aroused. Something else comes out in them. Shoot, they're not gonna see it. And they can be very aggressive. They can be very aggressive when they turn on. You know, we seen it with the teachers. You'll see it like the cougars, MILFs, especially women like that. Because like I said, their sex drive increases with age. What they might lose in looks is made up for with their sexual nature. And like I said, I know some guys, they doubt that, but they haven't experienced that. They haven't experienced it. So they haven't seen it up close and personal. And I'm gonna be constantly emphasizing that experience piece. Because they haven't. So they don't think, oh, that's not happening and everything. No, it's not happening for you. But, and I'm gonna tell you what, it can be annoying as hell. Seriously, there's been some young guys out there, they've had to say something. They had to say something. Shoot, I had a woman I was dealing with. She's telling me about another young guy she was dealing with. She said his mother stepped in. And I was like, I just told her straight up before she gave me a blowjob. I said, you're just being too aggressive. I told her that, you know? And this was a woman, she was still, I ain't spend one penny on her. I ain't spend one penny. She paid for the dates. I was in some low-key gigolo shit. Shoot, I got a lot of stories about that. So I know how they can be. And in fact, many young men might get smart with it and get presents. Some that could even start them on that path. Seriously. I know some guys will try to put it down and everything, but wait a minute. The woman buying him stuff, letting him drive her car. Shit, that's low-key pimping, really. That's another form of pimping. I mean, and you know, I know some guys wouldn't like it, but they haven't experienced it. The man actually has control because he can actually decide when not to deal with. Like if you got that older woman chasing that young boy, the young boy say, no, this is what you gonna do. The woman, what's she gonna say? Because if she really had other options, she would have taken it. Or better options. So, you know, and that's just the thing. But yeah, it's a reality. It's a reality. So anyway, y'all, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with you later. Peace and blessings.